Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam here, and today's Friday, October 30th, 2020, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best things to buy, sell, and maybe even invest in right now in NBA 2K21, and then I also have some new snipe filters you guys should start using immediately, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video for those. So first things first, as usual, guys, we're going to go ahead and check out any new content that we got in NBA 2K21 today, and then we're going to switch over to Twitter, see if there's any new locker codes or any information or leaks regarding upcoming content in the game. So we're gonna go ahead, switch over to the pack market here, and as you see today, for Halloween weekend, we got the Possessed promo, which is, I don't know, I was surprised to see. I thought maybe we'd get an idol, but I'm glad they went full out and did a Halloween promo. So in this pack, you get Pink Diamond, Mari Stoudemire, Pink Diamond, Tracy McGrady. He doesn't have clamps, I'll say that, but it's still a very, very good offensive card. People are always hyped over Tracy McGrady, so the market, you know, is going to be pretty crazy with T-Mac. People ripping packs for him. Diamond David West, Diamond Kawhi Leonard, Amethyst Donovan Mitchell, Amethyst Jimmy Butler. A lot of cards in here I like myself. Ruby Donovan Mitchell, Ruby Dino Raja, there we go. Ruby Throw Bailey, Sapphire Xavier McDaniel, and Sapphire Patrick Beverly, alongside two Emeralds with Jeff Green and Jared Jeffries. So definitely not a bad drop at all, and I know if you lock in for this set, you end up getting a Pink Diamond, Dave Cowens or Cowens, who I don't know why the picture isn't showing up here, but that's who you lock in for if you complete this whole set. So with that out of the way, I'm just going to show you a couple more things that are going to be available on my team for the Halloween weekend. It's kind of cool. They're definitely updating a lot more weekly things here, or daily things, or I should say weekend things, going into the weekend here. And to really show you guys what's available, I'll just show you a picture here on Twitter. But before I do that, I guess I'll just show you that limited this weekend, you can just use community picks, which there really isn't a good like way of figuring out the community picks other than just sorting by limited in your lineups. Or if you go to Shake and Bake's Twitter or my Twitter, where I retweeted his tweet, there's a list of all the players you can use. Now, I'll go ahead and switch over to Twitter and show you the new cards that they added to the game for the Halloween weekend, only for this weekend, and it's really confusing for people. People kept asking me, and this picture right here definitely helps out the most. So if you play limited this weekend, alongside getting a ring, you can get Terry Rozier and Otis Birdsong, a Pink Diamond, which is pretty much a free Darren Williams, so definitely a W. If you play Triple Threat offline, you can get George Mirasan, and then Triple Threat online, you can get Amethyst Mike Miller, who's a really good free 3-and-D player. So definitely some cool stuff to get this weekend. Instead of going out for Halloween, I guess you could be playing some Myteam, getting this stuff. And then there is no new lock code as of me making this video. It is 12:33 of me making this, so at the top of the hour, I wouldn't be surprised if they posted a locker code here. So other than that, before we get into the market update, just show you one more thing. We are going to be getting a new triple threat court in next gen. I don't know, I thought I'd just include that because the court looks pretty awesome. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the market update. So going ahead and getting into the market update now, just going to go ahead and look at the packs again. And I will say there's going to be kind of a mini market crash just because so many people are opening packs and these are guaranteed. So I am recording this before the first wave of cards are ending. The first 4 hours of people ripping is over. So definitely go try to bid snipe some of these cards. I highly recommend that. But just looking at the market in general, there's not too many cards here, surprisingly. I mean, there's a couple cards that are going to be making meta lineups, like Donovan Mitchell can get range and is going to be, he is 6'1", but this card's going to be making meta lineups. So Donovan Mitchell might lower the price of some point guards and shooting guards, not too much in my opinion. I think Darren Williams is still going to be king, Steph Curry, of course, and John Stockton, but Donovan Mitchell definitely is giving those guys a run for his money, or their money. Diamond Kawhi Leonard is actually lowering the price of Kevin Durant and Paul George right now, even though I think the Paul George is better than this card, as much as I hate to admit it. So definitely not a bad time to go buy Paul George if you've been looking for a good one. And then T-Mac, he has been lowering, I wouldn't say lowering, but there is a higher supply of Dominique Wilkins up and Pink Diamond shooting guards with T-Mac coming out today. And Mari Stoudemire really hasn't affected Tim Duncan too much, at least from my observation. So pretty much it's a good time to go pick up, some diamond small forwards and some shooting guards, because people are selling a lot of them today because of these new cards. So just thought I'd bring that to you guys' attention. And now going ahead and getting into the snipe filters. Oh, and one more thing. Is it a good day to buy or sell? I should probably say that too before I get into the snipe filters. Is it a good day to buy or sell? I would say this. It's a good day to try to snipe these new cards. And again, buy these cards that I talked about how their prices are going down. Now selling, there isn't a huge market crash, just on very few cards. So I would say if you really want to sell, you can sell today, but ideally, I think I'm going to be selling my Kevin Durant this weekend. I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow or maybe even Sunday morning to sell mine. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I recommend what you guys would do or should do too. So going ahead now and getting into the snipe filters, we're going to go ahead and start with the cheapest filters first. And the first one I'm going to start with is the Ruby Possession. Now this is pretty good, and it's going to go alongside the next one I have after this. In Ruby Possession, there's only Ruby centers in the Possession promo. So I skipped it right here, of course. Ruby Possession, and it's Dino Raja and who's the other one? I'm spacing. It's Dino Raja and Thurl Bailey. And both these cards are okay, but there are XP challenges for all the cards in the game. So, or not all the cards in the game, all the cards in this promo. So they are going to be in demand, until people can complete those XP challenges and until a lot more of them are pulled. So the first filter I have here recommended for you guys is the 1500. I'd probably set this to 1500. Set this above it. You don't have to, but I always do just because. And you can just spam refresh and buy anything that pops up. And it is going to be a little sweaty, but not too sweaty, not as sweaty as the pink diamond filters. But this one right here would be good if you don't have a lot of MT. And again, if you want to not just target the Ruby Possessed, you could do Ruby just centers in general, because both the new cards or both the new Ruby cards are centers. So you can do Ruby center, and you do have to lower this a little bit, and you will have to monitor the price of the cheapest rubies up. But look at this has already been bought, but you can target Joel Embiid, Jokic, Karl-Anthony Towns. I think there's some other centers in here too. And with this, again, I'd probably set this at 1200, maybe even 1000. It would be kind of annoying with Embiid being glitched here, and if he doesn't go away, maybe set this down to 1150. But basically, these aren't really high margin snipes, but it doesn't take a lot of MT, and stuff should pop up really frequently, and it shouldn't be too competitive. And just in this filter, you can see what you can see, or I can show you right here what you can see. Daryl Dawkins, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jokic, and then Dino Raja, and Tyson Chandler too. Forget about that. Rick Smits. There's a lot of just Ruby centers in here, so definitely not a bad filter, especially if you don't have a lot of MT. Now, moving into the next filter here, where you just need a little bit more MT, it's gonna be the Possessed Ami filter. And in this filter, you can get Donovan Mitchell and Jimmy Butler, which both those cards are really good cards, and they're going for quite a bit because they're good cards and because they are needed for XP challenges. So last I looked, Donovan Mitchell was the cheapest one at 38k, which kind of surprised me. Then again, people realize how good Jimmy Butler is in this game, a good 3-and-D wing, and about 39k. So I would recommend maybe setting this about 30. I mean, for me, I was going to say 30. You obviously can go a little bit higher, but for me, I'd probably do 30, 32. I mean, it all depends on the margins you want to get. So you could do 32 here, and obviously keep monitoring the cheapest price of these Amis, to make sure you're not losing MT eventually as their prices go down. But right here, it wouldn't be a bad filter. Should see a lot of cards popping up. It is going to be a little bit more competitive because people do want these amethyst cards, but nonetheless going to be good for making MT. And I will say, I would think a lot of people would be throwing these amethyst cards away just because they're Amis, and most people, I don't know, people like to throw away Ami cards sometimes. It's kind of strange. Now, moving on to the final two filters here, guys. These are going to be the most competitive ones, and it doesn't mean I don't recommend them, but they're just going to be very, very sweaty. And if you're newer to sniping, you might be getting frustrated because how much time you put into this and still getting out sniped or just unlucky. So the first one is just the pink diamond power forward. Only card you can see in here is the Marty Stoudemire, so it's really easy. Pink diamond power forward, minimum buyout 500. Just spam and buy anything that pops up. Now, be careful. This is me looking at this filter right now without the first 4 hours going by. So maybe Amari goes below 100k. I doubt it because it's a pink diamond. He's not that bad. So just make sure you monitor his price. It's probably going to be something similar to Pete Maravich, where he's like anywhere from 120 to like 150k, if I had to guess. You never know. Sometimes things change. Maybe there's a lot being pulled, or maybe people don't like him. But just make sure you monitor his price. And if he goes below like 111k, then don't hard scope him just like this. Maybe you'd have to adjust this to like maybe 95,000, 90,000. Now, moving on to the final one, and probably the most competitive filter in the game. It's the pink diamond southeast filter. And in this filter, you can see Gilbert Arenas, Dominique Wilkins. You can see the new T-Mac. You can see Pete Maravich, John Wall. You can see a lot of cards in this game that have value. So it's going to be very, very sweaty, but you can see a lot of cards. So minimum bid 500, minimum buyout 500. just spam the refresh and buy anything that pops up. And ideally today, you would love to see a John Wall or a T-Mac, because both those cards are going to be going for the most amount of MT right now. So with that out of the way, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you for snipe filters. I wish you luck, especially on the pink diamond one. It's gonna be super sweaty, but hey, you never know until you try. So don't give up if you miss one. Keep on going, because again, it's gonna be super sweaty. And yeah, that is going to be it, guys. If you learned anything new or just enjoyed the video, go ahead, hit the like button, and feel free to leave a comment. Both those things really help me out, and they grow the channel, and it just helps the YouTube algorithm all together. So go ahead, leave a comment, and hit the like button for me. I would much appreciate it. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.